energy. So we're going to start in a pranayama practice, a breathing practice. And if you struggle with breathing practices to close your eyes, then focusing your attention on the flame of a candle can be a really great tool. Also, you might want, and I didn't put this on the opening credits, but you might want to strap today. We're going to do some work in archer arms. And so I know on one side I can't connect my fingers, so a strap is really helpful. Okay. And then come on down to a comfortable seat. And you can sit up on a block if that helps. Yes, thanks. Got my Halloween pantalones on. Feel like you can only wear them a couple times, right, during the year? All right. And we'll start with just silence in our...
No sound.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me though, Jill? No? Yes, okay, good. Yeah, I'm not doing the music for the pranayama, so I'll start back up the guitar after we're done breathing so that we can hopefully hear the sound of our breath.
Hi, Geneva, there's no sound.
I think other people can hear sound. Jill, can everybody, yeah. So potentially maybe try turning up your volume. You got it? Okay, good. Thank you, everyone. I like that we're all like old friends. Just, you're like, let's help each other out. Hanging out together in our comfy living rooms. Gonna get into hamstrings and hips and hopefully focus our energy back. So I know, Jen, you're in Denver, so you probably have also been experiencing this very blustery day. All right, so if it helps, have a candle in front of you to focus your attention, or simply close your eyes, sitting up nice and tall, making sure both sit bones are rooted down onto the floor. And just notice if you're breathing through your nose or if you're breathing in and out, maybe with your mouth. If your airways, your nostrils are not clear, then potentially go get a Kleenex, something that you can clear out those airways, and then we're going to seal our lips. So the breath is only moving in and out through our nose. And as I mentioned, this transition of seasons can really make us feel fragmented and scattered. So we're going to do a breathing practice that is a little bit like Viloma Pranayama, where we break our breath into 3 parts, except for it's going to be a little bit more quick. And we're going to break our inhale into 6 sips of air. So it'll be like, so 6 gulps of air in, and then a slow exhale. And those sips of air, you might notice like your shoulders will clench as you're breathing in, and maybe there's some tightness in the muscles. And then as you exhale, keeping it smooth, you'll feel a little bit more relaxed and feel that scatteredness, that fragmentation start to meld into one long exhale. So we're going to start with this, and then we're going to move into smooth inhale, smooth exhale. All right, so switch the cross of your legs, find your focus or close your eyes. Take an inhale, and then exhale out. Keep sitting up nice and tall, and then take 6 quick inhales to get to full. Hold, relax your shoulders, and slow exhale out the nose to bottom, empty. Again, 6 quick sips. Hold on full, feel your ribs expand. And slow exhale out the nose. Push all the air out, hold. 6 quick sips. Letting that last one maybe be a little bit longer to really feel every space in your lung fill, and exhale, slow, continuous volume. Empty. Last time, 6 quick sips of air into your nose. Relax your shoulders and slowly let that air out. This time, hold on empty. And now count 6 breath inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push all of the air out. Hold on empty. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuous exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push all the air out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do that one more time, counting now to yourself, those 6 counts. And inhale at the top on full. For your exhale. And then on the bottom on empty. And do that 2 more times. So this is known as box breath. You can even picture in your mind a nice equal-sided square, where your inhale is equal with your exhale, and the holds, the kumbhaka at the top and the bottom, are of equal lengths as well. So everything is equal and everything matches. When you finish your 3rd round, counting to yourself, you can slowly open your eyes. And then we're going to open our legs out wide on the mat. So if you need to, you can rotate your video or screen rather to the side so that you can get both of your sticky, or your heels rather, on the sticky part of your mat. So wide legs on the mat. All right, and then we're going to play a little bit of tunage tonight. So let me start sharing that. All right. If your hamstrings are really tight, then you can have a gentle bend in them, and you can also place anything like a rolled up cloth or pillow underneath your knees to give yourself a little bit of lift. So again, knees can be a little bit lifted. And then I want you to grab a hold of your left quad. Lift it up, and then you're going to roll it in. Lift up your right quad, pull the hamstring back so it rolls in. So what that does, that internal rotation will actually allow you to sit up a little bit straighter in your spine. Again, bending your knees as much as you need to here. You can also take those blocks even and put them under your knees for a little bit of support. Walk your hands out in front of you. Inhale. Then exhale, slowly start to fold forward. Bringing your forearms down onto the mat. If your forearms don't come down, just walk your hands forward so you have something to grip down into. Take an inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Slowly walk your hands over to the right side. Try and keep your left hip rooted down. Inhale, having both hands around your shin, and then exhale, fold. You can let your forehead come down, maybe grab onto your shin or your foot. Find a nice fold over that leg. Inhale, come up. Walk your hands back through middle, hinging. Imagine yourself like a compass or a dial. And so you're pivoting around this center point, which are your hips. Bring both hands now to frame your left hip. Inhale, straighten your spine. Keep pressing your heels down, flex your toes back, and then exhale, fold. You can use your hands around your shin, around your foot to gently guide you down. Feel a stretch along, really right on the outside of your spine, right by your kidneys, your adrenals. Inhale, come up, walk back to center, and then walk your hands in. Roll your shoulders up together, down your back, up together, down your back. Now you're going to keep this right leg extended and pull your left foot in. So your heel comes in towards midline. We're going to move into some opening into our shoulders as well as our hamstrings. Now with this leg in, you might notice that you can get the extended knee down. And if you can, keep it grounded there. If you still need some support, gentle bend, keep that as well. It's just kind of your journey into your hamstrings. Now press your right forearm down into the mat, and it can be forward or it can be closer in to thigh. So wherever it kind of lands. And then pull your left shoulder up. Let your ear come down. Inhale, extend your left arm straight up. Spread your palms. We're going to start by opening across our chest. So letting your neck release down. Reach through your fingertips and let your hand drop back behind you. Keep pressing your grounded bottom hand into the mat, into your legs, so you're rotating your chest open. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your ear down to your shoulder. Again, breathe in, stretch through your fingers, open your palm. Exhale. Pull your shoulder blade down your back so that they're trying to meet in the middle. And now with your palm, I want you to pivot it so it's facing towards your extended leg, towards those toes. Slowly start to reach that arm overhead. Pause. Pull your shoulder blade again down your back. Rotate your chest open, drop your ear down. And then inhale, extend, fingertips forward. Exhale, rotate. Drop your ear down towards your shoulder. Let your head hang. Inhale, stretch. Do your best to keep this left hip rooted down as though I placed a sandbag over that folded knee. And then close your eyes, take 3 breaths. Really feel your left ribs expand, your left lung fill with more air. And as you breathe out, imagine that breath rolling down and out your extended leg. Inhale, fill your chest. Exhale, down and out that extended leg. And take this hand, the lifted hand, and then start to reach it forward as though you were tracing the line of the horizon, and then reach it away from your extended leg. Let your head drop even more, even heavier into your shoulder. Now feel stretch into your neck. Slowly start to bend the bottom elbow, bring your fingertips up to your temple, and gently guide yourself back up. Woo! Up to seated, nice. Extend out now your left leg and guide your right heel in towards midline. There's just leaves everywhere in my house. All right, heel is in towards midline, sit up nice and tall. Press out through that extended foot. Again, you can have a little gentle bend in your knee if that feels good. And then bring your forearm down to the mat. Press your forearm to the inside of your thigh. And then inhale, extend your right palm up. Stretch those fingertips up to the ceiling. Get a good look. Make sure it's nice and perpendicular to the floor. And then relax your ear down. Relax your neck. Let the weight of your head just slump over. And then press more through your fingertips. Spread your fingers. Open your palm forward. And then exhale, let it draw back. As it draws back, feel both shoulder blades pull together on your back and a gentle rotation open in your chest. Breathe in and out. Notice if you feel a little bit more anchored here, so that's the hope, is that you feel equal pressure down through both sit bones. And then as we start to stretch overhead, you can maintain that anchor. So gaze up, flip your palm now towards your extended toes. Inhale. Exhale, start to reach your arm overhead. Relax your ear down to your shoulders. Inhale, pivot, rotate your chest open. Relax your chest. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, reach your fingers towards your toes. They don't have to meet. Press down more through your forearm. And then exhale, open your chest. Feel that right hip bone. Keep it rooted down. Inhale, stretch your arm up overhead. Let it bow over your ear. Exhale, sit down more into your hips. Keep that anchor. Press through your extended toes. Inhale, reach your fingers. And then close your eyes, drop your ear, take 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Again, breathe in and out. Start to stretch your finger out, trace it across the horizon. Feel that rotation in your shoulder and then pull your finger away from your extended toes. That arm's gonna hover about a foot and a half above the ground. Actively start to stretch away and then let your head drop and relax even more. Feel a stretch through the side of your neck. Bend your bottom hand. Fingertips will find your temple and then slowly guide your head up. Ooh, come back up. Drop both hands. Roll your shoulders and then you'll come down onto all fours. Move a little bit side to side, stretching through the right, towards the right side of the mat, and then to the left ribs, to the left side of the mat. Letting your hips sway. Maybe making circles and then circles in the opposite direction. And then tuck your toes. Lift your knees up just to hover. Whew. Draw your navel up and in. Press your palms into the mat. And then press your spine up towards the ceiling. Drop your chin, lift your gaze. Inhale. Exhale, press your spine up. So we're doing a cat-cow or Chakravakasana, continuous wheel, but with those knees hovered. Using our core, inhale. Exhale, really feel your palms spread. Maybe even your quads start to burn. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, pull up and in. Last time through, inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, gaze drops down. Start to lift your knees up. And then press back, downward facing dog. Keeping still a gentle bend in your knees. Finding those nice wide open palms. And then drawing your gaze back between your toes. Inhale into your upper back. Feel your shoulder blades spread wide. Exhale, anchor your heels down as though they were magnets, drawing them down to the mat. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly walk yourself to the front of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. So like I said, hips and hamstrings, the H's. So just gauge right here how your hips and your hamstrings feel tonight. Maybe even move your hand to your hamstrings. Take a deep breath in, bending your knees enough so that your ribs can rest on your thighs. And as your lungs inflate, imagine that your hamstrings was also inflating. Exhale, find compression and a deeper fold. And as though your lungs could radiate through your thighs and out the back of your legs, take a breath in. Feel that breath, feel that expansion underneath your palms. And then exhale, deepen your fold, let your hands drop down. Inhale, press into your shins, lift halfway, float your heart up. Exhale, fold. This time I want you to take a halfway lift, noticing where the weight is on your feet. So I've been reading up a little bit on hamstrings. There's a lot of misconceptions about what is a tight and a short hamstring, and a lot of what prohibits movement in the hamstrings is actually how we distribute our weight into our feet. So as you're hearing your halfway lift, notice if the weight is fully back in your heels. Maybe you feel the balls of your feet get a little light, and see if you can move the weight a little bit more forward. Find what is sometimes referred to as all four corners of your foot. So that's right behind the big toe, the ball, right behind the pinky side, which for me, I find to be very light sometimes. I don't press enough through there. And then through both sides of your heels. All right, see if you can weight that evenly. Exhale, fold. Stretch your arms out wide. Inhale, come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Notice if the weight shifted. Can you press evenly down through all four corners of your feet. Now in standing. Lift your gaze. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Notice if it moved. See if you can keep it even. We'll do that again. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. See if you can keep that weight even. Exhale, fold. Arms come wide. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, this time hands to heart center. All right, now let's start to introduce some hips. Drop your hands. Inhale, raise them high. And then exhale, fold. Fingertips come down. Step your left foot back. Get a nice long lunge. Draw your chest forward like a dart. And then lower your left knee down to the mat. Keep the weight even in the right foot. Draw your knee forward and then inhale, come up. Low lunge. Shift the weight forward. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Now, I want you to pull your toes up off of the mat. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. So the right foot is active, and then start to let your knee drop out to the side. So I'm going to give you a front view of this. So both hands are to the inside of your front foot. That foot is flexed, and then you let that knee drop out to the side. Very important to keep your foot flexed. So even as you roll to the outside edge of that right foot, you see an activation through the ball of your foot right behind your big toe mound. That's going to keep your knee safe and keep your ankle from sickling in this nuclear pigeon. It's been a while since we did this posture. All right, so once you get to a pretty comfortable limit here, gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows in towards you. Let your chest come down to the ground. Feel that very strong sensation moving to the outside of your hip. And inhale, push your hands to straight, arms to straight. Exhale, drop your elbows down towards the mat. Feel your knee drop out to the side. Inhale, push to straight. Last time, exhale, drop your chest down. And then where you get to this lowest point, hold for 2 full breath cycles. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press your arms to straight. Bring that right knee back in. Hands frame the right foot. Tuck your left toes and step back to plank. Inhale, plank. Bend your knees to hover. Exhale, press your hips back. And then straighten your legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Dart, draw your chest forward. Very active right leg. And then lower your right knee down to the ground. Move your left hand now to the inside of your left foot. And then flex that left foot. So the toes are lifted, the mound is pressing down. Leg is active, and then drop your left leg out to the side. Reach your chest through. Inhale. Exhale, lower your chest down. Ooh. Inhale, press your arms to straight. Exhale, down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, lower down in your nuclear pigeon. Gaze down into your left foot. Make sure that foot is flexed. Toes are drawing back towards your knee, and then hold 2 full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, keep your elbows drawing in like a chaturanga push-up. Exhale. Inhale, press your arms to straight. Anchor your left foot down. Frame your left foot. Tuck your back toes. And then exhale, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, think about your feet. Inhale, press up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Gauge, maybe even roll your weight a little bit around to notice where you're light and where you're heavy. Recenter yourself. Drop your arms, sweep them all the way up. Inhale. And then exhale, fold. This time, step your right foot back to start. Dart, lift your gaze, straight right leg, and then exhale, lower your knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Chest pulls through your arms. Keep your left foot very anchored here onto the floor. Exhale, bring your hands down. This time we're going to shift into Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. So the first time we did hips, now we're going to do hamstrings. Shift your hips back so that your right hip and your right knee stack. And then straighten your left leg. Pull those left toes back. And imagine if you had a wall in front of you. So you can imagine this with a block, that you were pushing evenly your big toe mound and your pinky edge into that wall, right? So you're not letting one side win over the other. Instead, you're pressing evenly all the way across the ball behind those toes. Hands come to frame around your shin. Pull your left femur head back. Keep a gentle bend in your knees so you're not locking it out. And then exhale, fold. Again, when you fold, feel your ribs on your thigh. And if it doesn't quite meet, just imagine that it's touching. And as you inhale, feel that left hamstring expand. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. And pull that left heel in, stomp the left foot down. Plant your hands. Lift your right knee and step your left knee back to match it. Take an inhale here in plank. Exhale, draw your knees down to hover. Press through your palms, stretch your hips back. And then slowly straighten your legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Dart, take a nice long angle with your body. Left leg is straight and strong, and then lower your left knee down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg. So you pull your hips back so that they're in the same plane as your knee, and make sure that your right hip is drawing back just as much as your left. Anchor your heel down, flex your right toes back. Again, imagine like you had a wall in front of you. And if you do have a block or a book that will stay upright, that has a flat surface, you can place that in front of your right foot. So notice if your pinky toe edge is a little farther away, or if your big toe mound is farther away, and see if you can even it out. And inhale, exhale, hinge, making that fold at your hips. And then find that connection, ribs to thigh. Breathe now all the way through that leg into your hamstring. Exhale. Another deep breath in and out. Inhale, come back forward, planting your right foot down on the mat. Tuck your back toes, step forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Gentle bend in your knees. Find balance in your feet. Inhale, draw yourself up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Try not to shift any weight in your feet. Keep them firm on the ground. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, fold. This time we're just going to transition back into downward facing dog. So you can either step back or take a little hop back, landing in a bent elbow plank, and then straightening your arms. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees to hover. Inhale, shift your hips back. Exhale, straighten your legs 90% straight into your downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Press your palms, press your feet down. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, breath in and out. Inhale, lift your left leg. Keep your hips square. Exhale, draw your thigh to your ribs. Make that connection, then shift forward into plank. Set your left foot down on the mat, and then gaze all the way down your right. Pivot on the ball of that foot so that your right back foot is now parallel to the back of your mat. Draw your left knee back forward over your ankle, and then leading with the right arm, cartwheel up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Level out your arms so that they're parallel with the floor. Take a deep inhale, and exhale, deepen in your lunge. Now notice right here, what's going on with your feet. Are you pressing evenly down? Now you might feel it more as you want to roll to the outside edge of that back foot, but make sure that you are also pressing through that mound just behind the big toe. That foot is anchored. Same with your front foot. Now it's really easy here to let the weight drop more onto the outside edge, the pinky edge, anchor back down the big toe. That external rotation wants to happen up here at the hips, but not at the foot. The foot is what keeps us from falling backwards. Breathe in, exhale, reverse warrior, and use your back hand like a guide, tracing it down your leg, making sure that there is integration and muscle activity going on in that back leg. Stretch your left arm up, pulling that left side body long. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe letting that hand drop back behind you. Inhale, slowly use your core, pull yourself back up. And then exhale, drop your hands down. We want our feet to be firm anchors. You're going to take your hands behind you and interlace your palms, or fingers rather, bringing your palms together. Inhale, open your chest. Now keep your legs where they are. Exhale, bisect, fold right down the center between both legs. So this is called ostrich pose. It is a heavy balance. You will feel the weight now transition into the big toe mound of that front foot. So now you got to work to keep that left knee drawing back and the weight into the pinky edge. Maybe let your fingers lift off of your low back. Take a breath in. And then exhale, bring your hands down and bring them underneath your shoulder. Lift up halfway. All right. That front leg might be talking to you, might be getting a little bit hot. That's good. We want to take our right hand. So I am now not mirroring you. So I'm opposite. Take your right hand, handprint back, and your left hand to the inside of your left thigh. So that's your front thigh. Fingers are pointing toward your knee. You want to bring the heel of your hand as high up as you can towards your pelvis. Inhale, exhale, push that knee forward. So your heel of your hand is really moving into the flesh. Inhale, back out slightly, maybe adjust your hand a little bit lower down. Exhale, draw it forward. So we're getting a little bit more into the fascia. Inhale, draw back slightly, adjust your hand to where you might find some tightness. Exhale, push forward. Inhale, draw back slightly, adjust your hand, exhale, push forward. So that fascia is a layer between your skin and your muscle that can get tight, that can grip. This is also another place that restricts hamstring movement. All right, last time, inhale, exhale, draw that knee forward. Press your heel into the inside of your leg. Then both hands come down. Walk your hands forward towards the inside of your left knee. Keep your left knee bent. And now pick your right heel up. So that's the back heel. Find your blocks if you have them. And if you don't have blocks, you can use maybe one thing like a water bottle to the inside. You're gonna step that back foot in 1 footprint. So you have a little bit shorter of a stance. And then make sure that, again, your left thigh is connected to your left ribs. So you breathe in. You can feel that breath translate through the leg into your hamstring. Now, keeping that glued, exhale, start to straighten your left leg, pull your left hip up. So it might be easier with blocks. Inhale, come back forward, re-Velcro your ribs onto your thigh. Exhale, keeping that connection, shift back. Once you have shifted back, pause. Focus your awareness on this front foot. Are you dropping a little bit out to the side, or are you dropping inside? Can you evenly anchor that foot down? Fold over your front leg. Take a breath in and out. And inhale, pull that left hip up and back. Maybe even bring your left hand onto your sacrum. Notice if it feels flat. Exhale. Last time, deep breath in. Feel your ribs expand into your thigh into your hamstring. Exhale. Inhale, bring your left knee back over your left ankle. Move the blocks out of the way. Place your hand down. And now walk your left foot across so it's behind your right wrist. Flex that foot and then lower the outside of your shin down. So now your left knee is behind your left hand. Lower your right knee down, coming into pigeon pose. Right? Wow, that I can feel. Whew. All right, so gaze down at back at your right leg. Walk it back. Inhale, chest forward. Square your shoulders, square your hips by pulling that right hip around. If you have blocks and you want to use them, you can slip one underneath your left hip, one maybe behind your left heel, and then walk yourself forward. Find a fold. If you want more intensity, then you can remove the blocks, lower down onto your forearm, or maybe just walk your hands a little bit more forward. Look at that left foot. You want to keep it flexed and pulled back. And then here, notice if your breath got choppy, just like at the very beginning of class. Are you taking in quick sips of air? Can you even it out? taking a long, steady inhale and a long, steady exhale. Maybe even finding moments of pause on full, moments of pause on empty. You even out your breath. Let it glide down the left leg. Notice where your breath starts to snag, where your energy is balled up. Maybe that's where there's a little spot in your fascia that also has a knot. See if you can take your breath into that spot. And then as you exhale, as though you were picking apart a knot in a ball of yarn, start to feel it dissolve. And breath in and out. Inhale, press your palms into the mat and start to walk your hands back. Reactivate that left leg. Tuck your right toes under and press to lift your hips up. Slide your left leg back to straight, finding the plank position. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees to hover. Inhale, press your hips back. And then exhale to straighten, downward facing dog. So I'm just gonna rotate so that I'm still facing you in our warrior two, but you'll stay on the front of your mat. All right. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Hips square. Exhale, bend your right knee, draw your thigh into your ribs, and then shift forward into a plank. Plant your right foot down. Inhale. Nice straight long left leg, and then pivot on the ball of that foot. Anchor that foot down. Again, bring your right knee back over your right ankle, and then reaching with your left arm forward, press into your feet. Come up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. All right, so look at your feet alignment. You want the heel of that front foot to bisect your back foot, and then press your feet down. Look at them. Actually notice where there is integration, where you see the pressure pressing down into the mat. Find that anchor. Draw your knee back over and then elevate your arms. Inhale and exhale. Think about if the weight is starting to shift, especially on that front foot. Keep the big toe mound anchored down. Think about externally rotating the upper leg, but then big toe stays grounded. Inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. Now again, guide your left hand down your left leg. Make sure it's turned on, there's integration. You're pressing down through that foot, and that foot is pulling energy up to your hips. Inhale, stretch through your right fingers. Exhale, as you bend more into your front knee, maybe pull that hand back behind you, stretching your right ribs. One more breath here. Then inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, drop your hands back behind you. Now think about interlacing your palms and then taking the opposite interlace, the one that you don't naturally go to. Press your palms together. Inhale, expand your chest. Anchor your feet, anchor your legs in the position they are. And then exhale, fold down to the middle. So you want to make sure that right shoulder doesn't draw forward to that right inner knee. Instead, imagine as though they were opposite magnets. Do your best not to lock out your left leg. And now notice how the weight wants to shift to the outside of your front foot. Press down more through the big toe mound side. Maybe pull your palms up off of your low back. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your chest slightly, bring your hands back down, and then all the way to the mat. Press into your hands, take a halfway lift. Bend deeper into that front knee, draw it forward. Take your left hand, palm down, and then slide it slightly back. Bring your right hand in, and then start by getting it as high up. It helps if you don't have slippery leggings. High up on that inner thigh as you can. Fingers are pointing towards your knee. Palm of the hand is pressing down into the skin. And then inhale. Exhale, push your palm in and forward. You might even find it slip, which is a nice massage on that fascia. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, and you can move your hand slightly in, slightly out. Exhale, slightly up or slightly down. Find those spots of tightness, and now we're manually trying to iron them out. You might notice a burning sensation in that front leg. Doing the hard work, keeping that muscle engaged, and then a long stretch down the inside of your left leg. Inhale slightly out, readjust your hand. Exhale, last one. And then bring that hand back down. Walk your hands to the inside of your front leg. Pivot your back heel up. And then frame your right foot. Glue thigh to your ribs, take one step in so you have a shortened stance, and then gluing your right thigh to your right ribs. Using blocks underneath your hands if you want. Start to pull that right hip up, straightening your right leg, keeping your rib and your thighs glued. So it might not be your deepest pyramid pose, that's okay. Inhale, come back forward, find that connection. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, shift your right hip back and up. Hips. Hopefully you just have one hip on the right side. And then keeping a gentle bend in that right knee, connection thigh to ribs, move your awareness into that front foot. Notice if you're pulling up on the inside and anchor it back down. And notice as you do shift your weight around, how that might change how this feels in your hamstring, if it maybe lifts some restrictions. And so you just have to get curious about how these subtle shifts in pressure in your foot make big changes in your body and in your flexibility as you pay more attention to the alignment. Take another breath cycle here. And then inhale, bend into your right knee, plant your palms down. Start to heel toe your right foot across so it comes behind your left wrist. Lower your right knee down behind your right wrist. Set your left knee down and then heel toe that foot, or rather tuck your toes and walk it back. Gaze back. So you want to make sure that it's going directly behind you. It's not going out to the side. Whew. Ouchie mama. Got tight hips today. All right. So square your shoulders and your hips. So even though you walked that left leg back, you want to pull the left hip forward so that your hips or shoulders are square. Ooh, flex that right foot. Start to walk yourself forward down into your sweeping one-leg pigeon. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Ekapada one-leg Raja King Kapotasana, Kapo, pigeon, asana pose. It's a mouthful. All right, so when you get to the depth of your fold, come back to your breathing. Is it jagged inhales? Or do you have smooth inhales and exhales? Notice if that jagged breath is maybe due to somewhere, probably on the right side, where there is tension or pulling or unease. And instead of letting that regulate your breathing, you use your mind to breathe in and out smoothly and let that start to manipulate your body. Start to needle apart that tightness. Slowly walk your hands back in under your shoulders. Tuck your left toes, walk that left knee in, and then straighten your left leg. Press your hands into the mat. Ooh, straighten your right leg behind you. Find plank pose. Inhale. Exhale. Lower yourself all the way onto your belly. Relax your hips down. Start to slow your breathing on your belly. You can make a little cushion of your palms underneath your forehead. Start to slow down the guitar. Slow down your breathing. Let your hips melt down into the mat. Feel both front hip points. Thighs are now lifted up towards the ceiling. You can really feel your breath as you inhale, chest pressing down into the mat, and exhale. And keeping yourself belly face down in this prone position. Start to relax your legs, your shoulders, the inside of your elbows, and your forehead onto the back of your hands. And slowly shift your hands out, lift your neck just slightly and place them underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes, keeping your knees down. Inhale, press up. And then exhale back, hips over heels. Untuck your toes, coming into embryo pose, knees together. Let your forehead drop down. Arms forward. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Then drawing your hands back. Inhale. Come up to a seated thunderbolt position. Hips still over heels. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, draw your arms up. Palms together, exhale, bring them down to heart center. Be curious. Follow your bliss. Namaste.